Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and I am doing a reading for Pisces. Pisces in all placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. Maybe you don't have any planets in Pisces and this could still be for you. I just put some prosperity dust on the table. I'm going to grab a couple of angel cards. Release. There's an angel standing in front of a bus full of angels. Being released. Released from your duties. Kindness. There's an angel standing in front of a bunny and a squirrel with a little bird on its hand. Reaching for the bunny. Being released is some kind of kindness. Maybe somebody is showing you, letting you go, relax. Releasing you from your duties. Could be too that as you are released from some kind of obligation, that you are able to go and do something that is meaningful to you, that involves kindness somehow, or you just feel kinder because you're not feeling stressed. You've been able to finish and put aside something. Let's go to the wisdom of the oracle. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. I appreciate you so much. All right, we've got TikTok in reverse, number 30. The Fates, number 17. A Change in the Wind, number 12. There's something here where you feel, you may be feeling a sense of lost time or losing time. There's like a feeling of needing to hurry up because there's something about feeling like you don't have enough time. But what is actually going on is it's something that is a little bit out of your control. There's something playing out that is meant to happen with the Fates here. Whatever feels like is not taking is sorry. You feel like is not happening in the right time. It's because things need to line up in a certain way. Somehow there's some kind of hand in this. The universal, the divine hand is coming in, and it's like something is happening where you just need to write it out. You need to wait to see what happens because there's all this change that you can't predict. It's just kind of, you're kind of riding along and you have to wait and see where you're being taken and what kinds of things you're going to encounter that may kind of force you to change your trajectory, deviate from the norm or go in a different direction. You know, like there's going to be a need to pivot from where you're at. You're going to gain new information. There's going to be new options presented to you, obstacles you can't see, this kind of thing. So and this could already have happened too. So let's go to Heart's Hidden Secrets. What's the challenge here? Besides the fact that you're dealing with things being out of control and, well, change. Change is not something that is always welcome or appreciated. All right. What's the challenge here? Commitment, marriage, promises, and fidelity. Fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. You are the master of that. Heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up. So this could be speaking to you wanting commitment, you wanting to get married, you know, get into some kind of romantic relationship with somebody here. Maybe you have somebody in mind, but maybe they're giving you mixed signals. Maybe you have some kind of trauma from your past that is kind of coloring how you see someone. Or maybe this is just like in general, you wanting to find somebody, to find the one, and there's something, like maybe because of what you've experienced in your past, you don't feel like you deserve it, or you feel like it's never going to happen. Again, yeah, this really does speak to this TikTok in reverse. But it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. I mean, it can be anything that you feel like you want to commit yourself to, or you have this idea about committing yourself to, this fantasy. Imagine something you want to do, but for some reason, like you have blocked emotions and it's making it tough to see the way forward, or to maybe to like be able to truly actualize the fantasy into, like, create the reality out of the fantasy, because there's some kind of blockage here with this heart fog. You don't see clearly, and I think, well, we'll see. We'll see how things play out, but it feels like you are you're struggling a little bit with either your perception of things, or you know, your ability to really lean into something that it feels very exciting, and then you pull yourself back and you're kind of a little bit back and forth with, you know, like, because sometimes fantasy is meant to stay in fantasy world, you know, and maybe you're like, you know, it's fun to fantasize, but if I actually had this in front of me right now, I think I might run away screaming or something. I'm not sure. Let's keep going. I'm going to go with this one, Osho Zen Tarot. Mind. God, it's amazing how often this card comes up in this deck. Yeah. This is the Knight of Clouds. Understanding. The Knight of Water. Nine of Rainbows. Ripeness. So, okay. So it's interesting because this is where the mixed signals are happening. There's a there's a disconnect between your heart and your mind. Your heart is, there's this fantasizing, and a part of the fantasizing is it does have to do with your mind, but then your mind is distorting something. It's like it's turning things inside out, upside down, and it's causing this heart fog because it's like, people say to follow your heart, and you're like, I don't even know what that means, because your mind has taken over, and you're kind of blocked emotions. Your emotions are blocked because your mind is just kind of this chaos, this massive chaos. And I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Basically, you want to figure something out, and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to do that. And what's happening is, as you're dealing with all of this just confusion, chaos, the heart fog, the blocked emotions, it's like being trapped in a cage, kind of. And then we have understanding, and something is happening, and this could have to do with others who are flying to you, who are showing you that you are in a cage, but you can get out. Maybe you never realized you could. You've been taught that these are your parameters, and that's where you stay. And it's like, in this image, the bird is aware there is an opening in this cage. There's no door. Like, there's, it's completely wide open, and this bird is about to leave the cage and start flying. And so I feel like you are getting a handle on why you have blocked emotions, because your mind is so, all over the place. And this has to do with the fates. Something is lining up. Something is coming into your awareness. Some kind of change that is helping you to see things in a whole new way, to understand your circumstances, why you've been in this crazy place. And you are gaining your freedom toward independence, getting what you want, like being able to access something outside of the cage that up until recently, or coming up, it wasn't available to you because you couldn't get to it. And now all of a sudden you have this bounty of resources, you're creating something, you're doing something, something is coming to you because you are gaining your independence, you're gaining your freedom. Essentially, fantasy, let's see, is that right? I was going to say fantasy is becoming reality. I'm not sure. It could be where what you were fantasizing before was about finding someone who could complete you. And then you gain a new understanding. And that was like, you were having trouble, like, I don't know, maybe you felt like you're just never going to find the right person. And then you come to this understanding where you're like, oh, I'm the person that I've been looking for. This isn't about finding someone else. This is about me coming back to me. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, like, there's a lot of birds here outside of this cage. There's one that's closest. And this could be others, friends, family, like people you care about who are like, look, you can be free. You don't need anyone but yourself, your own wings, to be happy, to find the abundance you seek. You don't need someone else. So, okay. Let's go to the guides of the hidden realms. What's hidden that you don't see that is coming in? Epiphanies sing at dawn. Aha moment, awakening, new directions, and potential. And this is number 7. Yeah, you are having an awakening. That is what this change is. That is why things have not worked out up to this point. And why it's it's a blessing. It's a good thing that things haven't happened in the time you thought it should. Because you are meant to go in a new direction with this change. You're waking up. This aha moment has to do with this new understanding. How to leave the cage, even if it's a gilded cage, because this is about freedom. This is about you heading in a new direction. Yeah. And then we have order in the forest, cleansing, releasing resentments, making amends, number 11. This came out in reverse. Let me get one more. Then I will read. Oh, and then we've got ripe, juicy, and ready. Poised for success. Potential waiting to be realized. Number 6. Also in reverse. So, no, not that one. Order in the forest. Reversed. Can your mind and emotions be so cluttered that you feel caught in a bramble bush of confusion and overwhelm? Wow. Where'd it go? Yeah. That's exactly what's going on. Are you juggling so many feelings, blocked emotions, because of juggling all those feelings? Are you juggling so many feelings, to-do lists, and mental arguments that you've lost your footing? It's time to cleanse your inner home. Perhaps you need to forgive someone or make your own amends. Perhaps you need to catch up on tasks you're procrastinating on. Before you move forward with that relationship, job, or project, you must take care of all your loose ends. It's time to clean up your life. That's why things haven't worked out, because you are in the process. You're waking up to understanding this new direction. you have to clean up, close things out so you can move in this new direction. It makes me think of like when you move to a new home. You have to pack up. You have to clean. You have to let certain companies know, I'm moving. Please stop charging, like the electricity company, electric company, you're like, okay, stop charging me. This is my final date. Like you have these things that you have to do in order to prepare to go in a new direction. So, ripe, juicy, and ready in reverse. Sometimes unconscious arrogance leads us into situations we are ill prepared for. We think we can handle it, that we know enough and don't need to put in the work. Just one bite won't hurt. Just one kiss won't mean anything. We miss the red flags until our ego lands us in a pile of overripe, rotten fruit. Oh, that's interesting too, with the ripeness here. Overripe, rotten fruit. That's what this is about. Because your mind, all the confusion, all the chaos, not thinking straight, all this has continually led you into piles of overripe, rotten fruit. And so, you want to fantasize about what it is that you want, but it's like every time you start to, then you're like, oh, but it's just going to end up the way it always has, with this pile of overripe, rotten fruit. And you're coming out of this. You're coming to this understanding, going in a new direction. You're getting out of where you felt trapped, and maybe you didn't even know it. But because of some new awareness, you're like, oh, now I see. And so you're able to claim your abundance when it's ripe, juicy, and ready, not when it's well past its date and is rotting and gross, like previously. Okay. Yeah, so you're in the process of the changes upon you, and it is sparking something within you. And you're seeing things in a whole new way. You're seeing things much more clearly. You're being released. Oh, this release from the cage. You're being released from something that you thought would always be a certain way. You might have felt stuck, trapped is the word that keeps coming to me. So, where are we at? Tower of Transcendence. How do others see you? How are others seeing you? 10 of Swords. The Empress in reverse. 4 of Wands. You are closing out a cycle of feeling dependent, or being dependent on others, where it's like you have been taught, you have thought for a long time that you needed others in order to exist, to be prosperous, to be happy, to there, and by always giving your, in a sense, you were giving your power away to others, and then finding yourself disappointed. But also, it's sort of like when you expect others to make you happy, then you're basically showing up with an empty cup. Hey, fill my cup. And people might or might not, but at a certain point, they're going to stop if you're always asking for more. And the whole idea here is that you, like, they could see where you were overly dependent, and so this was causing you to get into these situations where you were betrayed, where, you know, something, but you're closing out the cycle in favor of some kind of, like, because of this new direction, because of the aha moment, the epiphany that's coming to you, you're understanding, you're learning about what it means to be in harmony in your life with those around you. It starts with your independence. It starts with you being able to fill your own cup, to be able to fly free, out of this cage. You don't need to wait for someone to come and feed you. You can actually go and find your own food, your own abundance. This is all about self-reliance and abundance. Yeah. And so there's this, it's like by letting go of the old way of thinking that I need someone to complete me, you're like, oh, I complete myself and I feel really good about myself. And then here comes that commitment that you wanted. But now it's not from a place of, I need someone to fulfill me. I need someone to make me happy. You're like, no, I'm happy. And then here comes someone who reflects that back to you, who also is able to make themselves happy. It's like, you know, interdependent rather than codependent. It's like we can both be happy and enjoy each other and have this harmony because there's nobody's pulling on the other for their happiness. So, okay, that's really good. Let's look at the potential outcome here. Moonology deck. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. You're being humbled. And you're recognizing that by gaining this freedom, this stepping into this new energy of self-reliance. You're like, oh, I don't need to try to be anything for anybody else. I can just be me for me. And then those who will appreciate that will show up. And so you're not trying to prove yourself. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Yeah. Your comfort zone was this cage. You're coming out of the cage. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. What's interesting is this mind energy. This was your comfort zone. And it's like you got very used to, possibly even addicted to, the chaos. Always perpetual chaos and negative thinking and feeling stuck, and it was your story, and this was a part of the cage you were in. And so stepping out of your comfort zone, you're stepping into a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, or it's like as your thoughts are changing, it's clearing up this heart fog. Your emotions are, you're becoming more comfortable with your emotions, or you're like you're allowing yourself to feel again. Ooh, we got some kitty confirmation. And luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. That's right. Getting out of this cage, gaining your freedom, accessing all this abundance, like it's allowing you to access all this abundance. Whoa. Yeah. Just like Kitty said, major kitty confirmation there. Be bold and make the first move. Step out of your comfort zone. Rather than waiting for someone to come and save you, this is you being like, okay, how do I go and get what I want? And being really like clear about how to go after your abundance. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Yeah. So I think you are taking on some kind of, meditation practice or mindfulness, contemplation, allowing yourself to sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, sit with your emotions on a regular basis, because you're becoming reacquainted with yourself in a way you never were before. It's really cool. It's really pretty empowering, and everything that was eluding you before, that you were waiting for, that you were even desperate to get, that wasn't coming to you, now in this new mindset, everything is falling into place, and will continue to as you open up more and more, as you clear that heart fog and you kind of get your mind back in alignment. All right, we've got sacral chakra potential. It's on my head. I am alive with potential and fertile with possibility. I allow my dreams and desires to gestate and birth. Yeah, see? Where was that? Dreams. Yeah, daydreaming. So you know, you're allowing yourself to lean into your fantasy. That is like what you are so good at. It's like your superpower. Using that amazing mind of yours to lean into what it is that you want, and daydream and fantasize, and letting that come to fruition, letting those yummy thoughts and ideas be manifested, essentially. Fertile with possibility. Fertile with possibility. I am an expression of the infinite potential of the universe. I nurture my potential and possibility. All is possible. Yeah. So you are awakening to this understanding that you are this divine being. You are very special because you are here on the planet. That's all you need. And it's like such a simple concept, and yet it's so powerful. You're just like, oh, it's like the heart fog is going away, and you're seeing yourself clearly now. And because of gaining this freedom, you're like, oh, my dreams and desires are here for a reason, to help me move toward what it is that I want. And so that's happening. And people are seeing this shift. So all is possible. It's beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.